Gavin Newsom, Gavin Newsom, Gavin Newsom. He's the governor of California.
This is serious. And, you know, I get it. They want to take us. I get it. I'm not naive. I get the California derangement syndrome. I've been living with that for years and years. New scum. You know, the same seventh grade. I remember the guy on Baltimore Avenue that called me new scum.
Listening to Trump and Fox News blame Democrats for the LA wildfire is like watching a pig do geometry. It's truly such a transparent attempt to smear Newsom and others, all while the fire still threatens lives and homes. Instead of offering insight, Fox and the First Lady just make shit up. And were it not so tragic, it might be funny. While people search for possessions, family members, and lost pets, Trump's threatening to cut off funds to fight wildfires if California doesn't comply with his dotarded commands.
We're just going to have to make them pay for it because they don't listen to us.
Look, it's one of the president's responsibilities to protect all Americans, regardless of threat or hazard. We had wildfires raging out of control in California, and the president would say to us, I hate Jerry Brown. He doesn't support me. Californians don't do anything for me. I'm sick of helping them out. On a phone call with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, he told FEMA to cut off the money and to no longer give individual assistance to California.
Cutting off funding for the fire relief? That's not a good idea. California contributes more in taxes than 12 states combined and more than New York and Texas together. California wins that one.
They don't have any water. They didn't have water in the fire hydrants. They don't have water. And yet they have, the water comes from, you know where? Up north. And it comes down at levels they give.
Oh, that's so fucking stupid. I don't know what to say. Trump thinks that north means above, as in higher. So the water and snow in the mountains should just come rumbling into LA like a Trump official getting off a plane. I mean, really, how fucking stupid are the people who voted for this guy? And Fox has all these idiots saying the craziest shit imaginable.
In the events like this, you sort of look, well, is it on purpose? Which, it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be, you know? I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
That's Mel Gibson, again with the Conspiracies. And here he is with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, we were just talking about the wildfire situation and how crazy it is that they spent $24 billion last year on the homeless.
Yeah.
And what did they spend on preventing these wildfires?
Zero.
Zip.
And in 2019, I think Newsom said, you know, I'm going to take care of the forests and maintain the forests and do all that kind of stuff. He didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. And then on top of that, they cut the water off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's all funny. And then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel.
All right, let's clear up some bullshit. California didn't spend $24 billion last year on homeless. They spent it over 5 years. And that's still a lot. But we're not talking about high-speed trains or trips for public officials. We're talking about 200,000 people, a big percentage of which are veterans, which these fuckers always talk about so reverently until they come home with PTSD and kill themselves.
I demanded that this guy, the governor, accept the water coming from the north.
Now, in the blame game, the mayor of LA is under fire because a 117 million gallon reservoir in the Palisades was out of commission when the fire started. That's not good. The reservoir had been closed for repairs after a covering designed to preserve water quality tore. But the general manager of the LA Department of Water and Power said it wouldn't have made a significant difference in the battle against the Palisades fire. Of course, it should have been filled, but that's the only valid criticism I've heard. And when Fox and Trump should have been lamenting this loss like they did hurricane damage in North Carolina, they were almost gleeful, backing lies and conspiracies while people suffered. And this wafflecock wants to blame the wildfire on the LA fire chief's sexuality.
The chief also checks another box when it comes to inclusivity and diversity at this department. She's a proud member of the LGBTQ community.
So while her department was sending equipment to Ukraine, the chief was marching in pride parades, which is fine. Have all the pride you want, but you better make sure you're ready to do your job when it counts.
Go yourself.
Now, while these Trumpy sock puppets bloviate, I will say some on Fox actually seem to be climbing above their pathetic colleagues. Jay Leno went on Fox, and Leno did his best to rise above the Fox angle and send praise to the thousands of first responders.
Nobody's blaming this or that. They're fighting a fire. These guys have no opinion. I'm sure they have opinions, but it's not a blame game at this point.
Yeah.
That later, if ever. But it's just a matter of what do we got to do to fix this now? Everybody else in LA is pointing fingers and blaming people. These are the people actually doing something and fixing it.
But when it came to the incessant blame game on Fox and social media, no one said it better than Bill Burr.
Are you guys back in?
And I think everybody did a great job.
Yeah.
Unlike the internet, you know?
Yeah, right. I know. It's right.
Oh, my God. All of these fire experts. Why didn't you just fly a helicopter into the ocean and then just I don't know, because there was 100-knot winds. You want to do that? You want to do that at night, you lunatic?
How are you?
This was definitely mismanaged.
That's a big word we're hearing now.
Mismanaged, like some idiot on the internet knows how to manage the worst fire in LA, sitting there in his underwear. You know what? Looking at the footage on the internet, I have determined that this here was mismanaged.
You know about helicopters because I remember, and it's interesting now thinking about it because you said
I don't know about it. I know about the one that I fly. Other than that, I don't know anything about it.
You know
but
something
if you're on
about...
the internet, you know everything.
I hope you know about it because you said that you got your pilot's license in case like all hell broke loose in L.A., you could get out of L.A. And at any moment, did you think, I'm going to make a run for that helicopter?
Well, the error in my thought was I didn't realize how expensive helicopters were. So all I have is a two-seater, and I didn't want to have to make Sophie's choice with my family. So,
California is an easy target, and LA especially. But as you've seen, these two Trumpers lost their homes, and anyone with a heart feels for them, even if their politics are as f***ed up as their black little hearts.
I'm sorry. Just, one day you're swimming in the pool, and the next day it's all gone.
Here's a skinny. After President Musk and the First Lady posted lies all over X, retweeted millions of times, spreading bullshit about the firefighters lacking water because of regulations and the smell, etc. Well, here's the truth. The reservoir and water tanks, other than the Palisades, they were all at normal levels and completely full before the fire. All 114 city water supply tanks were fully stocked pre-fire. A 15-hour surge at 4 times normal demand reduced water pressure, and high demand on lower elevations slowed refilling tanks at higher elevations. This unprecedented fire was fueled by 8 months of no rain and up to 100-mile-per-hour winds, and water is being brought in continuously. And finally, the budget cut in the LA Fire Department was absorbed by not hiring more administrators and did not affect the response. But President Musk and the First Lady, along with Fox News, will stoop to the lowest levels.
In a city like Los Angeles, with all the infrastructure that they're supposed to have, does this happen?
Have we ruled out all outside agitators?
Jesus Christ, that kind of speculation with zero evidence is like Trump calling COVID the Chinese flu and redneck Trumpers beating up on Asian Americans. But it's not just Fox spreading conspiracies. Elon Musk deleted a tweet agreeing with Alex Jones that the LA fires are part of a globalist plot to trigger a U.S. collapse.
Like this post, viewed almost 500,000 times, baselessly claiming DARPA, a wing of the Department of Defense, started the fires.
I'm here with the fire command team at the Palisades fire.
Indeed, X's owner, Elon Musk, has spent the last week elevating conspiracy theories about the fires.
What about water availability?
Responding to a post from disgraced conspiracy theorist Alex Jones that the fires are part of a globalist plot, Musk responded, true.
There's no sugarcoating it. The next 4 years are going to be tough. And while wildfires, hurricanes, tornadoes, and earthquakes, exacerbated by climate change, will always be a threat, when you compare them to this, you might have to toss a coin.
And this guy's personal life is a total disaster.
Goddamn right.
You may find some parts of the story to be offensive.
They're eating the dogs.
You're an idiot!
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.